And we are live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Beyond the 90. We've got a very special guest with us. We've got Charlotte, Everton fan. Charlotte, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I mean, Everton, how are they doing this season?
How are we doing this season? Could be a lot better, could be a lot worse, in my opinion. I think injuries have been a big problem with us this season, and obviously just losing Richarlison. I think it could have been a lot worse, but still could be a lot better. But to be honest, I don't think the season is going any way anyone was really expecting. Like, I could not have bet any of this, like any of the results that we've been seeing, like Arsenal on top, Brighton, Liverpool. Honestly, like, I'm shocked.
Shocked in a good way, because obviously as a Evertonian, like, this is great for you.
Well, it's nice to see Liverpool, you know, a bit nervous, looking a bit scared, but honestly, like, I'm just surprised. Yeah, I guess in a good way, I am shocked. Yeah.
To be fair, if I've just looked at the table, if you win and then Liverpool lose, you go above them in the table.
Don't say that. Crazy.
Look.
I've never. Oh, hello.
Yeah. So 12th to 9th. So you there pretty much.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah. Oh God, it probably stresses me out. Like, this kind of stuff makes me so nervous.
Why?
I don't know. Like, there's a lot at stake. Like, ever since we worked together, I've been getting a lot of attention from other fans, being like, want to beat Liverpool because there was such a big thing about it. And obviously, when we had Ancelotti, we were at the top of the league, and I will never get that. I will never let go of that. But it would be incredible to be above Liverpool again. Like, that would feel immense. So yeah.
Yeah, just again, that's one of my questions. Like, well, what is the ambitions of Everton? You've gone from having Ancelotti, James Rodriguez, and stuff, and then it's all kind of literally nearly got. Again, people thought you were going to get relegated this season. So this season, like, you've scraped together some players. Again, we'll talk about some of them. What's the ambition of, like, the fans and the board? Because it's kind of all over the place.
That's a really good question. My thing is, like, I'm staying above mid-table. I just want to keep going up. I don't want to go down. I don't want to get worse. Yeah, I just want to do better than last season. I'm going to say that we're going to win the league. Like, I just want to be realistic. I don't want to be too confident. I just want to be mid-table, feel really comfortable where we are, and start winning some more matches, please. Like, that's all I want, because I just want to enjoy the game rather than constantly being on edge and being nervous about being relegated. But I really do think that I don't think we're going to get relegated, honestly. I think we're doing okay, personally.
There's there's quite a few teams that are, like, around that position as well. So you've got obviously yourselves in the relegation zone. If you look at it compared to, like, Liverpool up to 16th, it's not that many points. And then you take, like, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Brentford, yourselves, West Ham, Bournemouth, Leeds, Aston Villa, all of us will be duking out for that, like, bottom half of the table, and literally anybody could finish in it. Wolves might get a new manager, pick up form. I know a lot of Wolves fans are saying, "No, we're going down," but still, like, there's not that much points difference. So anybody could finish from, like, literally 10th to, like, 18th at this point.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the thing. Like, I don't think anyone can really bet on how it's gonna end, really, apart from the likes of, like, Man City, Arsenal. I think they're feeling pretty comfortable at the moment, but I think everyone else, it's all to play for, really. So
yeah. Again, it's all to play from our perspective as well, because which again, it can't get any really worse for us. It was worse, but kind of slightly figured it out now. Just a couple of just players that. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Pardon?
Never mind. I think there's a bit of internet issues. But
sorry.
one thing, it's all right. One thing I've got is one former player left us, went to Leverkusen, came to you. Demarai Gray. Saw him start of the weekend.
Yeah.
How's he been?
I mean, I think he was doing really well, and I think since Dominic Calvert-Lewin being injured, as per usual, I think he felt a lot more pressure to do a lot better. I think he's been struggling to get that finishing touch, though, in my opinion, because we haven't really been scoring as many goals as I would like to, and I think he struggles to get the ball from people like Anthony Gordon. I just feel like them two don't really have the chemistry that they need to start scoring more goals. But I do really rate Damari Gray. I think he's a brilliant player, and I think he scored some incredible goals, but I think he is just missing that final touch quite a lot, and I think that's where it's lacking for me. I don't know about you.
It's exactly the same story at Leicester, where we saw there's a real talent in him, and you can tell at times you're like, if you could keep this up or you could play again, you're going for the England squad. His touch on the ball's good, his dribbling is quite good, but his final ball at times, I'm just like, oh my god, like why have you just done that? Like there was no need for that. Just play it simple or something. But he goes through spells as well of just I think beginning of last season he went through like an incredible spell with him and Townsend absolutely smashing it, then just kind of like dropped off all of a sudden.
Yeah, honestly, him and Townsend were phenomenal. I think him and Townsend did really well. And again, I was saying Anthony Gordon just isn't playing in the balls that Damari Gray needs. And I think that's where we're really struggling. But then we've got people like Iwobi, who will play in the balls and like get the assists that work in the end. I think Anthony Gordon's trying a bit too hard to score the goals and isn't letting people like Damari Gray get in there, personally.
And there was a lot of things about, obviously, don't worry about that. My dog does that as well during the live streams. But I think one thing as well, obviously, Gordon linked to Chelsea, lots of bids put in for him. How's he been keeping up? Because I see he was starting as well.
Honestly, like sorry about that.
Don't worry.
Against Man United, I wanted to take him off. I was so angry. I think he really, I don't know, ever since the whole Chelsea thing, I think he's been getting really ahead of himself. But he did really well against Crystal Palace, and I don't know, he has really, really good games or really bad ones. There's just no in between with Anthony Gordon, personally. I really like him. I'm just going to say this with all Everton players. I do actually really like him. Like, I think he's a great guy, but I think he is trying a bit too hard to score rather than actually play the ball into the likes of, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Damari Gray, in my opinion.
Fair enough. And again, I know his work rate's really good, but again, I've not been paying too much attention to him this season. But it's good to hear. I think one thing as well, some player that again everybody's been talking about, Iwobi. Again, came out of nowhere. That one, for me, I was like, really? He's playing the centre mid. What's going on? And he's just absolutely smashing it. I mean, what the hell's happened there?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I think he's easily one of the most improved players this season. Like, his pace, everything, playing the ball into people like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Honestly, even scoring as well. He scored the most phenomenal goal against Man United in the 4th minute or something. It was incredible. I think he's been doing so well. I'm so proud of him. Like, I don't know where it's come from. I remember when we first signed him, I didn't really rate him that much. I wasn't really that impressed. But honestly, this season, I can't fault him. I want him to play the whole match, really.
Fair enough. Again, so what's he doing differently to what he was doing like last season? Because I remember last season he was playing like wing back. Now he's centre mid.
Yeah.
What's happened? Like I don't understand it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like Frank has just told him off. Like, that's all I think. With a new manager, I feel like I saw an interview with Frank Lampard, and he was saying how he wants to try playing them in different ways that he thinks can work a lot better, because that's what his job is. And I think he's done a lot of work with Iwobi, and honestly, his pace, his dribbling, everything has improved so much. And I think that he's been working a lot in training, and with certain people being injured as well, he's had to obviously compensate more. And I think he started attacking a lot more this season. I feel like last season he was going a lot into the back because obviously position. And I think this season he's attacking so much more, and I'm loving it. I can't honestly. I really do rate him this season. I think he's doing so well.
Yeah, I mean him for me. It's like him come out of nowhere. Almiron, I can't believe that's happening. That's actually real life as well, because that was like I thought it was dead and buried. He's doing really well. There's a few players I'm like I don't know where this has come from, but he's one of them. Again, credit to him. And one person you mentioned as well. So I know when we met, and I was like, Lampard's going to be one of the first ones to get fired. Didn't happen, but also he seems to have turned it around. So I mean, you were right. I think myself and a couple of other people were like, yeah, we're gonna favourites to get fired. I mean, credit to you, you were right. He's turned it around, hey.
I know. I'm so good. I just know I'm too good. I remember that day, everyone was saying, you're going down. Frank Lampard's going to get fired. He's going to get you relegated. Go nowhere. And I really did faith in Frank Lampard. I think we weren't giving him enough of a chance because I saw what he did with oh my God, where did he come from?
Chelsea?
No. Who was he the manager? Was it Chelsea? No.
It was Chelsea before you, wasn't it?
I thought
Derby?
Yes, Derby. It was Derby before Everton. And I think he did quite well there. And I think we were in a similar position as Derby, like obviously not doing as well as we wanted. I think he's able to turn it around, and I really think he has. And I had faith. No one else did, but I did. So yeah.
Fair enough. If you keep doing like that, give me the lottery numbers, and then we'll all be happy. You know what I mean?
Go to the casino.
Because I didn't see it. I genuinely did not see that the way that Lampard will turn it around. Because I genuinely thought him, and there's quite a few. Even my manager, I thought would be gone. Surprised he lasted. Hassan Hootel still there somehow. Don't understand. I think he's the longest serving manager in the Premier League now. One of the longest serving managers. It's mad. Klopp. And there's Klopp, and then Pep, and then a couple of others. But anyway, just a couple of questions. So a couple of people that, again, linked to us that we had him on our books for the longest time. We had personal terms agreed, and then you paid more money and got him. I'm really gutted we didn't get him. James Darkowski. We've been talking about him for about 18 months. Again, agreed personal terms. We didn't want to pay 40 million, so we didn't end up paying. Then he ended up going to you on free. How's he been at the back?
I think he's done amazing, honestly, with Mina. Am I still here? I've done really well with Yerry Mina being injured. I think he took on a lot of responsibility. Him and Cody have been incredible. Honestly, I couldn't fault them. And obviously with Coleman as well, I think they've been doing so well defensively. I can't get over how well we've sorted out our defence. And it's to the likes where Michael Keane is on that bench. He hasn't played. Like, we are playing Tarkowski, Cody every match. And I personally wasn't expecting that. I thought we would struggle to get rid of Keane and Mina because I think we relied on them so much. I honestly forgot they were even on our team. Honestly, they've been impeccable. I couldn't fault them. I think they've done so well. Yeah.
Fair enough. And again, Connor Cody, is he? I know he's from Liverpool. Is he an Evertonian fan or is he a Liverpool fan? Do you know?
He's an Evertonian. Yeah, he's got pictures of his kids in the Everton kit thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Wrong,
I thought
but...
so. Yeah, let's hope so. Otherwise, this goes disastrously wrong.
No.
Yeah, fair enough. So again, player that again I think is quite good playing along in that left back position, but normally he works better in a back three. But if you were saying, he seems to have sorted it out now.
Yeah, I think they've been doing really well. Honestly, like I'm so chuffed. I think our defense and our midfield has improved so much. Like even in the past few weeks, it's got better. Now it's just striking. We need to sort out really.
Well, I guess again with Dominic Calvert-Lewin being fit, Is he gonna? Is he the? We know he's the main man for Everton, but I'm thinking as well. Obviously, with behind Harry Kane, would you rate Dominic Calvert-Lewin to get that like second striker position? Because there's quite a few now with Tammy Abraham, Ivan Toney. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's been there or thereabouts, got a few caps, but he's never solidified himself as that second in command.
I just honestly, I don't think. I hate to say this, but the amount of injuries he's had is, I don't think he's in good enough shape and like reliable enough to really be the number one. Do you get what I mean? Obviously behind Kane. I'd love to say, yeah, I want to see him up there. Every match scoring goals, and when he is there, he does. Like, he started for the first time the other day against Crystal Palace, and he scored first half. Yeah, and he, like, when he is there, he's great, but he's not all the time. Like, that's the problem, because he's always injured, or you know, and he gets so much attention from the defenders, obviously, because that's their job, and he like he just doesn't have that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that integrity to keep hold of the ball. He's good to be there in the right position, head it in. That's what he's good at. And I just don't think he's strong enough to have it for the whole, you know, run and really get there in the end. And I think that's more the integrity they need, rather than, you know, just being in the right time, right place at the right time.
Yeah, I think he's got the attributes to, but again, with Kane as the golden boy, it's just not going to happen. But behind that, with Abraham, with Tony, he's as good as them. So it's not like, and they're all similar kind of strikers, if you see what I mean. So there is the option of it potentially.
Oh, 100%. Again, I think he's great. Like, I think he's phenomenal. Like, I'm in love with him. Okay. But I just feel like, I don't know, he, like you said, he's one of the boosters. I just feel like he does get there in the end, but I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, honestly. I want to see him do the best. I want him to be up there, because obviously he's our number 9, and that would be incredible, but just not reliable enough. And I don't think he's scoring as many goals as I would like him to. So, yeah.
I think potentially with time and a run, he should just be one of those players with a run of form. He's just on it. And one other player that's kind of for England again, there and thereabouts, Jordan Pickford in goal, going from the opposite side. But what do you think his chances are for starting for England?
Yeah, I think so. No? Yeah, I reckon I'm going to back Jordan, you know? I actually think he's incredible. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him, don't get me wrong. And I think they need a bit of that. I think I honestly couldn't fault him. Obviously, he does make those risks, and he does make those mistakes, which everyone does. But I honestly think he's incredible. I think he's easily one of the best goalies in the world. Personally, I love him. Again, I think he's great, honestly. And I like, his only thing is, you know, getting a bit too aggressive and getting a bit too cocky. He does make those like last minute, like, oh my god, kind of decisions where it does give me a heart attack. But I think you need that a bit, really, with the goalie. I think you need to have that integrity and aggression. You need to be out there pushing out rather than just staying in your box, you know. So that's my opinion anyway. So I think he's definitely up there for me anyway. So
fair enough. And in terms of in the Premier League, how's he been for you as well? Because obviously talk about England, but how's he been for you this season? Because I know recently saved a penalty, right?
Did it?
Or was that somebody else?
Oh god.
Oh, if I'm going bad, I don't know.
He might have done. It sounds like him. God, you might be right, but I think he's incredible. He doesn't really make those, oh my god, what are you doing, mistakes. It's always like, oh, he just missed it. Do you know what I mean? And like, because everyone's scoring against us, basically, do you know? And I think Pickford has a lot on plate to save, and out of the few that he misses, do you get what I mean? I think he's incredible, and I think he's done really well for our team. Yeah, I don't want him to go anywhere else. I don't want to see anyone else in our goal. I only want to see Pickford. And I think it's hilarious when he comes out for corners and tries to score. I think that's hysterical. In the minutes against Man United, he nearly scored a goal. He was closer than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think he's great. I think he's hilarious. And yeah, so.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Again, if that works again, coming out for corners in the final minutes of the game, I think everybody in the is like, go on. There's a
Oh,
part
go
of
on.
it's like, yeah, just
Yeah.
because that would make my day, especially a last minute goal from a. I've never experienced it personally, but that would. There's part of you that thinks it makes you think about football. To go just in case, that would be brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the last game we played against each other, the 2-1. Again. I think the 2-1 late last season.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what are your thoughts? Have you improved much since then? Again, we were terrible, I think, for a large part of that game. But I think Mikalenko with an unbelievable goal in that game, if you remember that.
Yeah. God, I have to say, I can't remember that, no.
Okay. 2-1,
I can't
you end up
lie.
winning at our ground.
God. And who scored, sorry?
Mikalenko with like an absolute worldie of a volley.
Oh, I know exactly what. Yes, you just said his
Mhm.
name. I know exactly which one because it came up on our like top 10 goals of the season, and it was incredible. Yeah, honestly, I think our midfield has improved a lot since then. I think we've got a lot more creativity and a lot more drive since then. I think defensively we were struggling, and obviously, yeah, that was our main struggle in my opinion. And obviously, strikers with people like Dominic Calvert-Lewin and blah blah blah. I think we've improved so much midfield wise with creativity, like Garner Gay. I think he's been doing really well pushing into attacking and getting into the other half. Midfield wise, I can't fault it really, especially with Iwobi coming into that new position, attacking a lot more, playing into strikers and scoring more goals. I think we have really improved since then. And obviously, I'd love to see Mikalenko score another one against you guys, just as good. But I think he's been incredible as well, honestly. I think he's done so well, especially considering what's been going on with him back home. Yeah, honestly. And like, that's all I have to say, really. I do remember that now. Now that you said that, yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that goal, and it's just one of those where you just go, "Ah, it hurts," because you're like, "Oh, it's really good, but why against us? Why now?" Like, it's one of those goals where we had it just at the weekend with De Bruyne, where like we were playing really well. Again, I don't think in the Everton match we were playing very well, but playing really well against Man City, and then Kevin De Bruyne does Kevin De Bruyne things and puts it right in the top corner. You're just like, fine. You
have
can't do
it. Oh,
yeah, fine. You take all the plaudits because again, we managed to shut them out. But just coming into this game, like, what do you expect from Leicester? From like, what would you expect from us as kind of a team going to Everton? I don't think there's been too many like drummings. Coming to think of it, since we joined the Premier League.
No, honestly, I think you've definitely got a chance to win. I'm not 100% comfortable with you guys coming into Goodison. I don't think anyone ever should feel like, yeah, we're gonna be like everything's going to be fine, because I think you do have really good players, and I think you do definitely have the capability to win. I'm not going to be 100% confident, but I do think we're a threat personally, especially to anyone outside like top 7. Yeah, so I think you guys definitely have the ability to win. We've been drawing a lot lately, to be honest, and I feel like that possibility, because I think we do play. I feel like Leicester and Everton do have their similarities, and I think that could be a thing. Like against Fulham, we saw it just then. Like everyone it was a draw, and Fulham did have their chances, but so did Everton. Like, honestly, you never know. Like, I think you're definitely in with a fighting chance, and just as much as we are, really. So, and I don't want to get too comfortable because you see Liverpool against Forest. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, these curveballs always come in last minute, and you just can't expect anything. So,
Well, that's why we like the Premier League as well, and especially with us as kind of smaller teams, and the kind of, I know Everton's not a smaller team as such, but you're in that kind of
it's
like
a big
with
small
us.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. You're not top six, but
Yeah.
you're not bottom. Where, like for example, like Bernard, Bernard that joined. Is he still with you,
Yes.
Bernard?
No, he's not.
Yeah,
No, he's not with us anymore. Is he with Celtic? No,
really, he
maybe.
went to
I,
Celtic.
he's definitely not with Everton. But he's
Hmm.
been doing great wherever he is because I see it all over his Instagram. Um,
Fair enough.
but yeah, no, we don't have him anymore. No, but I was upset
Okay.
about that because I did like him.
He was. I remember he was actually linked to us. There's a typical like Everton thing. Him, Tarkowski, personal treat, and then Everton goes, "We'll offer you more money." He goes, "Great, I'll go to you." And we just can't compete on that financial level. So fine, you go. We'll find somebody else from another league or something. That's just kind of how.
Mm,
So we're in that position where before it used to be used to take like for me it's like Fellaini and things like that, and that situation there. But I think you've kind of developed something now with obviously the money kind of running a little bit dry. So I'm just wondering, yeah,
yeah.
in terms of how you going to balance things, and it seems like there's a real identity around Everton at the moment as well, which is quite good from your perspective because take it back again 12 months ago, team's a
Yeah.
very different team.
Yeah. Oh, a completely different team. Honestly, like I said before, the midfield
Hmm.
is unrecognizable compared to last season because that is where we were. Oh,
Hmm.
just the ball constantly just couldn't get across. Like we just couldn't. I'm just gonna be honest. And I think we've really sorted it out. And like you said, with playing Iwobi differently, I think that's been our main difference.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And again,
Yeah.
first, now it's coming up again because I think you've got the same probably as us. Probably like after this Everton game, we've got two more games. Then we're back into the World Cup break as well. So like World Cup
Mm,
break in the middle of December and whatever the hell's
yeah.
happening there. So
Yeah.
again, so is it a good like for us? It feels like we're slowly gaining momentum a little bit towards the
Mm,
end before this break. Is it kind of the same?
yeah.
How's Everton doing? Because is it similar kind of thing or?
Well, I think it definitely is because we had our 3-0 against Crystal Palace. You had your, was it 4-0 against Wolves? Yeah,
Can't believe
yeah.
it. Yeah, still. Yeah.
Honestly, and then we just had a 0-0 against Fulham, and then you've just had your 1-0 against Man City. I think we're
Mhm.
in a similar, like, oh, we got there, oh, okay, never mind, bit of a setback. And I think we're both finding a bit of a groove at the moment. That's the best way I could put it, really. I think we are in a very similar position where we're finding what works, what doesn't work. Um, yeah, and I've never really thought about it, but I do genuinely think that we are quite similar, or like clubs in like, yeah, everyone knows who you are, but you're not one of those big ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And and there's quite a few teams again around our level. Then Wolves should be again. Not sure what's happening there now that Aston Villa just got Unai Emery, so they should be
yeah,
kind of in that solid. So I'm always pro anybody that can kind of disrupt the top six, whoever that is. I'm always like, right, you go for it. It was Wolves kind
yeah.
of season; they dropped off. Trying to
It's
think who else
Brighton,
there
I
was.
reckon. Brighton.
Brighton,
I
yeah,
think honestly, I'm
yeah.
shocked by how well they've done. Um, yeah, I think Potter was a fool to move to Chelsea personally, because I think he was doing so well with Brighton, and I think they were a real threat. And then losing to his old club with 2 own goals, was it? 2 own goals from Chelsea
Yeah.
against Brighton. that's embarrassing. And I think Brighton's a real threat this season. No one saw that coming. I know I certainly did not see that coming.
No,
But I'm kind of rooting for them, because
I
like you
am.
said, yeah.
Their transfers
And
are great as
Newcastle,
well.
yeah,
Newcastle,
yeah.
I'm on the fence.
No?
I love Newcastle. I love Newcastle as in the city. Again, it's like a one-team city, like my city. But are they getting to the point where they are still they because they've got so much money? Are they just going to overtake? I'm not sure where they are. Are they a top 4 team? I want them to get top 4, but where at what point do they turn into a Man City? That's my point. I'm not sure because they've got even more money.
I get what you mean. Yeah, I do completely get what you mean. I mean, we lost against them. Yikes. But I think, I don't know, I definitely don't hate them. I do completely get what you
No.
mean about them, having all this money. But I don't think they've ever been one of the like top teams. And this season, I feel like they're doing quite well. And I think they're
Yeah,
definitely a
doing really
threat
well.
especially to the likes of like Liverpool, who are really struggling, who've always been the top, to now be, what is it, 7th, 8th? I can't
Who
remember now.
Liverpool are
Liverpool.
9th. They're on the same as Crystal
9.
Palace. Yeah, the same. So again,
My
if they stop
days.
losing, ooh, is it gone? No, I need to bring it back. Hold on one second. Got my windows
It's all right.
confused. There we go. Is that worked? No. Oh dear. Think I know what I'm doing. That one. So, just in terms of that
Right.
again, I'll bring it up a little bit more. But yeah, so 60, literally, Everton, Liverpool on 9th. Oh, and I hear them complaining, oh, we're going to get relegated. Quiet, you lot. You don't know what relegation is.
Oh, yeah, shut up. Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, we're in the same position. I've had so many fans, 2 or 3 fans, even on live streams, going out, oh, we're in the same position. We're not. We are in the relegation zone. You're
No.
out of it. You don't know what relegation is. Trust me. So you've got but you've got, Crystal Palace, Brentford. But again, there's a little bit of a gap there, but from 16 to again 5 points from 9th position down to where we are. So it's all to play for at the moment. And if Liverpool don't sort it out, I mean, it could be literally if you win,
they're in danger.
Yeah, and they've got a few players going off the World Cup. They've notoriously have injury problems as well.
I honestly, I think we have a chance to really do better than Liverpool, and I think that would be the best feeling in the world. I'm honestly, I'd rather. I don't know. I hate saying like I want to see Liverpool do badly because they are still my city, but I want to beat them. I do want to beat them. It's because there's always been, and like even the fan from when we worked together from Liverpool, he was brutal. Yeah. He was brutal not only to me but to Man City, to Chelsea. That's what Liverpool fans are like. They are vile to all other teams. And I just don't think that's what football should be about. I think we should all, be friends and like, we lose, don't be horrible, because that's part of the sport. And I feel like Liverpool seeing about it. And yeah, they're lacking. They are seriously lacking. Yeah. And I think Jurgen Klopp is scared as well. I saw today, it was his 400th appearance with Liverpool, and I think cracks are starting to show. He's been there a long time.
I think it's him, but also he's been overperforming considering the team he's had. You look at Man City and they've kind of spent money wisely in good places, but Liverpool haven't. Like they got Alexander Arnold came from their academy. You got Robertson that was on a cheap. Tsimikas was on a cheap. Salah was relatively cheap, but compared to, I'm saying that as a positive way, that they've been outperforming probably in terms of how much money they've spent in the same way that they shouldn't have been if going forward. But I think in that terms, I'm like, it's still Liverpool Football Club. They're still winning major trophies like season in, season out. So it's like, I don't feel that sorry because there's so many fans where we work together that have just been like, "Oh, mate, I'd love to win a trophy," and I'm like, I still can't believe my team's won one. Like, you know what it's like growing up. You never thought your team would like I didn't think Leicester would ever win a trophy. Just what older people talk about with the FA Cup and stuff like that.
Well, I always get so much abuse, like, "Hi, you've never won a trophy, have you?" You know, all that. But I think Liverpool have done really well considering, you know, they got Van Dijk for buttons, and he's done incredibly well for Liverpool. Same with Mane. Were they both from Southampton? Liverpool got them. No.
Yes, you're right.
Liverpool got them for buttons compared to what they are worth now, and I think losing Man is a big reason why they haven't been doing as well. I think he was severely underappreciated at Liverpool, in my opinion, and now that he's off, they have started struggling, and they're putting a lot of pressure on Salah, and he was injured against, I want to say, Forest. He got quite badly injured then, and I think, there's a lot of, I think he's going through it a bit. Honestly, again, I couldn't tell you how things are going to work because I'm constantly shocked by every result. I'm just like, oh, didn't expect that. Oh, like, what was it? Liverpool against Leeds or something? You can't guess it. You couldn't. Yeah. What? Oh, like if you had told me that a year ago, I would have laughed in your face because who would have thought?
But that's why we love it at the same time. So as well, outside of Liverpool, who would you consider Everton's biggest rivals?
Man United.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, and I feel like when it comes to Man United, Liverpool and Everton are the same. We really don't get on because the amount of times I've gone to Trafford, down the road from me, and I'm a ticket holder, I will go to Trafford and I will watch that match. And the scenes at an Everton Man United match, I was heartbroken when we lost against them at home, and I watched that at Goodison, and honestly, it's painful, like, because the dislike I have for Man United is astronomical. I do not United.
Fair enough. Sorry, I think the internet's cutting off a little bit, but apart from that, it's all right. It's no worries. But thank you for joining, Charlotte. Again, I've left your link to your Instagram in the description, but anywhere else they could find you, no worries. But anywhere else they can find you, or feel free to plug away yourself.
Oh God, no, not really. Instagram. I mean, I've got TikTok. But
if you want.
No, I mean, my TikTok's the same as my Instagram, Charlotte North over 18. Give that a follow if you like. But yeah, Instagram, that's where I'm at.
Cool. Yep. So thank you very much again. Thanks, Charlotte. Again, if you like and subscribe, thank you. We'll be live tomorrow with the press conference update as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you go follow Charlotte. Link to her Instagram in the description. We'll see everybody in the next video. So goodbye.